This program contains discussions of real-life crimes and may not be suitable for all audiences. When Darkness Falls is created for educational and awareness purposes, every effort has been made to ensure accuracy, and we tell these stories with deep respect for the victims, their families, and their communities. The goal is not to sensationalize, but to remember, to understand, and to learn. Some stories don't begin in darkness. They begin in light, with laughter, with plans, with everything still ahead. And that's what makes them hurt the most, when the light goes out. Before we start, you're welcome to subscribe and turn on notifications. We do upload 3 times a week, and if you'd like to share your thoughts in the comments, your voice does matter here. Jennifer Joyce Kesse was born on May 20th, 1981, in New Jersey, the first child of Drew and Joyce. She was bright, gentle, endlessly curious. Even as a little girl, she had a look in her eyes. She was already planning something better for the world. Her family would later say, Jennifer didn't just grow up, she blossomed. She was the kind of person who made effort look easy. Grades, friends, and kindness. Everything about her seemed to fall in place. But it wasn't luck. Jennifer worked for every inch of her future. When the family moved to Florida, she began a new chapter in Tampa, attending Gaither High School. Teachers remembered her as focused but warm, a young woman who paid attention to everyone, not just her friends. She joined activities, studied hard, and she was already dreaming about a business, finance, and building a stable life. After graduation, she chose the University of Central Florida in Orlando, a city alive with energy, a place where possibilities shimmered beyond every billboard. She majored in finance and joined the Alpha Theta Pi sorority. Friends described her as driven but grounded, the one who'd show up to study sessions in heels and still help everyone else finish their notes. Jennifer graduated with honors in 2003. Her degree in finance opened doors faster than she could walk through them. Job offers came in, one after another, but she chose Central Florida Investments, the company behind Westgate Resorts in OC. It wasn't just a paycheck. It was the first step toward the life she'd envisioned since she was a girl. Independent, confident, and entirely her own. At 24, Jennifer's already being noticed at work. Sharp, organized, respected. She began as a financial analyst, but within her first year, she earned 2 promotions, a rare feat in a company known for competition. She was thriving, the youngest voice in meetings where experience usually ruled the room. Her future wasn't a dream anymore. It was a spreadsheet, a plan, a timeline she was building brick by brick. And then there was Rob. They met in January 2005 at a bar in Orlando. While Rob, just a year older than her, was in town for a trade show. Neither expected it to last, but something clicked. Their connection grew fast. Soon, they were managing a 3-hour distance between Orlando and Fort Lauderdale. Weekends together, midweek calls that stretched late into the night. Plans for trips, for moving closer, for someday. Her friend said she was in love and didn't want to admit it. Jennifer just smiled, brushed her hair behind her ears, and changed the subject quickly. By early 2006, everything seemed to align. Her career was strong, her relationship stable, and she had just bought her first home, a beautiful condo at the Mosaic at Millennium Complex near the Mall of Millennium. It was modern, gated, still partially under construction. To Jennifer, it was a sign she'd made it. Her own space, her independence. She decorated herself. Every color, every frame, a reflection of a woman she was becoming. She was careful, thoughtful, even cautious. Her parents often said Jennifer planned her life like an architect. Every step was measured, every goal clearly outlined. But construction at the Mosaic came with a constant activity. Dozens of workers, many of them day laborers or contractors. They moved in and out of unfinished units. Jennifer mentioned to her family that some of them made her feel uncomfortable. The stares, the whistling, the way conversations seemed to stop when she walked by. She even filed a formal complaint with the property management. Still, she never let fear define her. She believed in keeping her distance, trusting her instincts, and staying aware. That January, Jennifer had a trip planned. A week getaway with Rob, her first real vacation in years. She worked late to finish projects, packed carefully, and left with a smile. Every photo, every text from that trip showed her relaxed, sun on her face, water glistening behind her, completely herself. It was joy, uncomplicated and pure. While Jennifer was away, her brother Logan and some of his friends stayed at her condo to watch it. They left everything as they found it, a quiet, safe place waiting for her to come home. Jennifer and Rob returned from their trip on Sunday, January 22nd, 2006. She spent the night at Rob's place in Fort Lauderdale before driving directly to work the next morning, Monday, January 23rd. Back to her schedule, back to the rhythm she built so carefully. The day passed like any other. Calls, meetings, smiles across the office desk. She phoned her parents that morning, sharing stories about her trip. Jen shared every detail. Her mother, Joyce, later recalled she was on cloud 9. That evening, around 10 p.m., she spoke to Rob by phone. The conversation wasn't perfect. They'd had a small disagreement. The kind long-distance couples know too well. They said goodnight, and he'd be the last person in Jennifer's inner circle to hear her voice again. Tuesday, January 24th, 2006, the day everything stopped. When Jennifer didn't show up to work that morning, her coworkers noticed immediately. She was punctual, dependable, meticulous. Calls to her phone went straight to voicemail. Emails went unanswered. By late morning, her parents received the call no parent wants. Jennifer didn't come in today. They tried her phone. Nothing. Father said from the first ring that went straight to voicemail, he knew something was wrong. Within minutes, Drew and Joyce were on the road to Tampa, a drive that normally took 2 hours, but that morning it only took an hour and a half. Every mile closer to Orlando felt heavier. When they arrived at Jennifer's condo, nothing looked broken or forced. Makeup on the counter, shower tile still wet, a t-shirt on the floor. It looked like she'd just stepped out for a moment and never came back. Her phone, her purse, keys, iPod, all missing. Her car, gone. Her parents had called the police. The police came at first. They didn't take it seriously. One officer reportedly saying she probably had a fight with her boyfriend. She'll be back. And then they left. But Jennifer's family knew better. This wasn't a young woman running away from her life. This was someone taken from it. Jennifer's parents didn't wait. They pushed. They demanded answers. Within hours, They were the ones driving the early investigation forward.
Long hours in the heat, the two-day search for missing Orlando woman Jennifer Kesse has ended. Throughout the weekend, her parents and search crews looked for any sign of Kesse. As West 2's Danielle Bellini reports, even though this weekend turned up nothing, the search is far from over.
This is Canine Amaretto.
Amaretto is a chocolate lab, 3 years old and certified by the National Association for Search and Rescue. She's in training to uncover human remains.
And the dogs can smell things that we can't. I mean, they smell things and can detect things that we can't detect.
And because of their heightened senses, we're told dogs like Amaretto play a critical role in searching for the missing. Today, as crews look for Jennifer Kesse, Amaretto, who is still in training, will stay back. But when she's ready...
When they indicate or they find something, it depends on the moment. It's sometimes very emotional, and sometimes it's overwhelming. You're kind of caught up in the moment.
A moment that everyone who has spent countless hours searching by foot, ATV, and even airboat is hoping for.
It's bringing peace and closure to the families. Not knowing where somebody is, to me, the worst fear.
Jen's parents, Drew and Joyce Kesse, want peace and closure, but until that day comes, today, they have the support from agencies across the state, and that support is hard to miss.
You have a lot of people that have no motive other than the passion in their heart and the willingness and the desire and the training to want to try to help.
Just like Amaretto. In Orange County, Danielle Bellini.
Police eventually located Jennifer's car. It was parked at a nearby apartment complex, Huntington on the Green. The distance, less than a mile from her condo. Her Chevy Malibu was parked neatly into a parking space. Nothing looked disturbed, no broken windows, no obvious damage, but surveillance cameras had captured something that would become one of the most infamous images in modern true crime. At 12 p.m. on January 24th, a camera recorded a person exiting Jennifer's car. The figure walked calmly, face partially obscured by a fence post, wearing painted, splattered clothing, hands in pockets. Step by step, the camera's frame lined up in the worst possible way, blocking the person's face every single time. To this day, the person has never been identified. Investigators believed the individual was a male, shorter than Jennifer, and unfamiliar with the area. They walked away from the car and out of frame, never to be seen again. The image would haunt Jennifer's family because the answer was right there and just out of reach.
I'm Joyce Kesse, and I am the mother of 26-year-old Jennifer Kesse.
And I'm Drew Kesse. I'm Jennifer Kesse's father.
Jennifer has actually been missing. Today it is Tuesday, November 13th. It is actually 94 weeks ago today that Jennifer did not show up for work. This is a deck of playing cards that we, the family, created, and all 52 cards are Jennifer.
This is what we call the Genmobile. This is a riding billboard. Gives all the information for Jennifer, her website, her reward.
And Jennifer, wherever you are, we love you, and we're never going to stop trying to find you and bring you home. You know that.
Investigators struggled from the start. Key hours were lost. Evidence wasn't preserved, as it should have been. Construction workers at Jennifer's complex were not questioned immediately. Some left the area. Others were never identified. Jennifer had expressed discomfort around some of the workers. She had reported it, but no list was kept. By the time police circled back, the trail had gone cold. Weeks passed, then months. Jennifer's family refused to stop. They organized searches, distributed flyers, spoke to the media outlets. Her parents became her voice. In 2007, the case was turned over to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. A fresh set of eyes, new hope, but even then, answers didn't come.
The Orlando Police Department has conducted a very aggressive investigation into this situation. But as you know, when you have someone else to, come in and with fresh eyes and take a look at a situation, whether it be a document that somebody's drafted or an investigation, and as in this case, a lot of times people will see different things that maybe may have been missed or at least we make sure they weren't missed.
Well, this weekend marks 9 years since Jennifer Kesse disappeared in Orlando. Her case gained national attention in 2006. Police just released this new age progression photo of Kesse. You see it there. She was last seen at her condo in South Orlando, and police have received more than 1,000 tips since then. Our Taking Action coverage to help find Jennifer Kesse continues nearly a decade later now. Her family, who lives in the Bay Area, have never given up hope she is still alive.
Can't believe it. Still can't believe that Jennifer was the victim of a heinous crime. I can't believe she was stolen. Can't believe I haven't hugged her, kissed her, talked to her, laughed with her.
Years later, Jennifer's family took an unprecedented step. They sued the Orlando Police Department for Jennifer's case files. They won.
We know how many law enforcement officials have looked at Jennifer's case and have come up with absolutely nothing. But now it's our turn. We cannot see that person's face ever in anything that we have because they're just timed exactly right behind fence posts. Luckiest person in the world. They are no longer by law required to look for Jennifer. We had to sign a contract with them saying that much.
Are you okay with that?
We're going to have to be. We're okay with that because we don't think that we're doing anything for the last 10 years anyhow.
And when they reviewed them, the heartbreak deepened. Leads that weren't followed, tips that weren't logged, witnesses who were never recontacted. The system had failed her. Despite everything, Jennifer's parents never stopped. They pushed for a legislative change. In 2018, the Jennifer Kesse and Tiffany Seasons Missing Person Act was signed into Florida's law, requiring law enforcement to take missing adults seriously from the start. It was a legacy Jennifer never asked for, but one that may save lives. Nearly 2 decades later, Jennifer's Kesse's still missing. No remains, no arrests, no answers. But she is not forgotten. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, a woman who did everything right, who built her future carefully, who trusted the world just enough. Someone knows what happened that morning. Someone knows why Jennifer never made it to work. And until the truth comes out, her family will keep asking. Because Jennifer didn't disappear. She was taken.
It's been almost 20 years since Jennifer Kesse was reported missing in Orlando. She left her apartment in 2006 and was never seen again.
Fox 35's Marie Edinger spoke with her father today, and he says there are some new details in the investigation pointing to a person of interest.
Drew Kesse remembers that day, almost 2 decades ago, realizing his daughter Jennifer was missing and having law enforcement, as he puts it, shrug him off.
It's the ultimate frustration, I guess, you could have in one's life when people aren't listening to you.
Jennifer vanished from her Orlando apartment complex after leaving for work the morning of January 24th, 2006. Her disappearance stumped investigators for years. The case went cold. Her father wound up suing the city of Orlando and the Orlando Police Department, demanding documents relating to the investigation and saying that investigation had been botched. After he won and got those documents, a team of 13 retired law enforcement investigators volunteered to pore over the intel.
I'll always keep going, period. I'll always have energy. I'm like a horse until you just plop over and die. I'll always keep going.
Kesse says last month he got a call from FDLE telling him investigators had new DNA evidence and that they'd narrowed down their persons of interest.
With Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Jennifer has finally gotten her opportunity. And they've told us that. They have everything in the world, all the resources, all the do the job right now, and they set their sights on doing it.
Things have come a long way since Jennifer first disappeared. The Jennifer Kesse and Tiffany Sessions Missing Person Act now requires law enforcement agencies to adopt written policies and procedures for handling missing person cases. Kesse says he's happy his daughter's legacy will be able to help others. That's all he cares about. He says he isn't vengeful.
I simply want my daughter back, and that's all I'm asking for. You can't bring her back. You can't hurt us anymore. So why am I going to waste my air, at least, on whoever did it.
Kesse says they are still hoping tips from the public will push the case forward.
If you know something, just come forward. It's okay. I mean, it's just simply okay.
Marie Edinger, Fox 35 News.
For years, Jennifer's disappearance sat in an uneasy place, not solved, not forgotten, was labeled but never silent. Now, investigators with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement say the label no longer applies. Newly uncovered evidence, renewed investigation work. The case is active again. For Jennifer's family, it's the words they've been waiting nearly 20 years to hear. That the search continues. The answers are still possible. Officials confirm something long feared. DNA evidence once left untested has now been identified. It's finally being examined with a modern forensic method. Technology catching up to questions that never went away. Investigators say that the advances allow for more precise leads than were possible in the early days. Not certainty, but movement. Authorities now acknowledge another shift. The list of people of interest has been significantly reduced. No names released, no details made public yet, but behind closed doors, the focus has tightened, narrowing toward a smaller group believed to hold information critical to understanding what happened to Jennifer. At the same time, Jennifer's family continues to push forward. Because for families like theirs, time doesn't close cases. It sharpens the questions, and it deepens a need for answers. For nearly 2 decades, Jennifer's name has lived in headlines and in unanswered questions. Now there's movement, not closure, not justice, not just yet, but a reminder that her case has never been forgotten, that somewhere the truth still exists and is waiting.